If there was ever a time to use the head exploding emoji, it's right now. So the first ever MoonPay X Games League just wrapped up. Stop number 3 in New Orleans was mental. I mean, like, absolutely mental. I made a video from the first weekend in Sacramento. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make a recap video of Chiba, but I am here with kind of a very short recap of what happened in New Orleans. I'm gonna try to make this as compact as possible and not turn it into a 30-minute video like I did on the last one, but just know I could literally sit here for hours. I need to find somebody I can talk to about this. Like, you know when you find a TikTok or something and you're trying to think of somebody that you can send it to, that's how I feel when it comes to this. I have so much passion for not just X Games, but just action sports in general, and I need to find somebody I can yap to about it. But I'm gonna focus right now. I'm gonna say what I want to say. So first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil, for real. Okay. First things first though, man, dude, even in that video that I filmed after Sacramento, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about the league and having teams and points and free agents and all these things. And after the 3 days in Sacramento, I kind of liked it, but I was hesitant to like fully be on board with it. Chiba, I feel like, was more chill because you kind of understood what was going on, and then the anticipation for this weekend in New Orleans leading into the championship, it was all 4 teams that still had a chance to win outright, and it added this insane level of just like hype throughout the weekend, seeing the camaraderie between the teams, and even outside of like from your own individual team, the camaraderie between the athletes was still there. It was really cool having the clubs kind of hang out, cheer each other on, whether it was skate, BMX, whatever. They were at every single competition cheering each other on, but you still didn't lose the camaraderie that's always been pretty special with action sports. Didn't matter if you were on LA, New York, Tokyo, Sao Paulo, like they were all cheering for each other, which is a really cool thing about action sports. And it literally came down to the last event to crown a champion. Like, you could not have scripted it any better than having it come down to the last, not just the last event, but the last run. The last person that could disrupt this entire thing was somebody that was signed to Club Tokyo for this weekend. If you're watching this video, you probably already know what happened, so I'm not going to go into all the details. But after seeing this all come together for the first season, I gotta admit, man, I am on board with the league. I'm on board with the clubs. I really hope that it can expand and there can be more clubs in the future, whether that's 5, 6, who knows, maybe there's up to 8 or 10 clubs in the future. I still do like the free agent aspect of it. I think it's cool to have somewhat of a quote-unquote upset, even though some of the athletes that were free agents absolutely 1000% deserve to be on one of these clubs. So if it expands, maybe free agents aren't really a thing. I would rather them be on a club, but I do kind of like that little bit of a like underdog aspect that the free agents bring to it. Huge shout out to everybody at the X Games, all the athletes, all the GMs that got on board with this and said, hey, it's time to make a change. It's time to mix it up a little bit. I feel like a lot of people that are core action sports X Games fans were probably a little bit hesitant like myself going into this, not really knowing what to expect. But after seeing it all kind of come together, man, I am on board, and I cannot wait until September when the draft happens for the Winter X Games and seeing what happens on that side as well. Just a few highlights. I could sit here for hours and talk about people and individual things that happen. I'm not going to do that. I'm telling myself I'm not going to do that. Obviously, the biggest shout out goes to Daniel Sandoval. Hero story, right? I mean, the guy came into this weekend already kind of beaten and bruised, had tons of pressure put onto him because of the slam that Logan Martin took earlier this week in practice. Then the same thing happening to Hannah Roberts, who deserves a huge shout out for even competing. She has a broken leg, went out there, competed today in women's BMX park, brought home a bronze, which was 60 points for her team. If she had not have done that, it didn't really matter what Daniel Sandoval did in the last event, because it probably wouldn't have given them a mathematical shot of winning in the last event. Daniel Sandoval enters this weekend knowing that there's a ton of pressure on his shoulders because of the injuries. Like I said, he's battered, bruised already, sustained some injuries. He took some gnarly slams this weekend. I think the final list of injuries as he went into the last event were a fractured wrist, some fractured ribs, and a fractured kneecap as well, I'm pretty sure was what we heard. And it literally came down to his final run. He had to finish in 4th above the guys from Club Tokyo, Kevin Peraza, who's a legend, and Bryce Tryon, who was hired by Club Tokyo this weekend. Dude, he had to finish 4th above those guys. You could see the pain like in his face of just how like miserable he was, but he went out there, he got the job done. I'm so stoked for Daniel. He's one of the nicest dudes I've gotten the pleasure to meet. Here in the background, Jackalope Fest, Virginia Beach. I've gotten to meet him and be around him a couple of times out there. Super humble, down to earth kind of guy. You couldn't pick a nicer dude for this to happen to. They lifted him up after, you know, it was over, and Club New York took home the championship. They lifted him up. It was like a Rocky moment. Like, it was so sick. Shout out to Club New York. Man, I think all the teams were pretty close. Like all the you know, the athletes got together and got along very well, but the New York squad just had something special. Chloe Cavell, Momiji stepped up big time today in Street Best Trick. So it was really a team effort, capped off by Daniel's win. Shout out to the first ever X Games MVP going to Mizuho. 600 and some points total for the weekend that she herself collected for Tokyo. Obviously they came up just that short from winning the championship, but Mizuho had the team on her back the whole weekend, and not just this weekend, the whole last month since this started in Sacramento. She's been carrying the squad. Really cool to see that, and it's got to feel pretty freaking cool to be the MVP of the X Games. That's got to be a cool feeling to have. Very proud of Mizuho. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for her and the newest member of the Monster Energy squad. All right, super amazing, like almost dream weekend. The only thing that could have been better for Mizuho this weekend is if Tokyo won the championship, but you know what, still an incredible weekend. And then Tom Shar, dude, wow, Tom freaking Shar, 4 medals this weekend, 3 of them gold, the last one coming in the first ever skateboard park best trick, which hopefully gets voted in to stay as an event for future X Games. So such a, like, I don't know how we don't have that already. I hope it's here to stay. But yeah, huge shout out to Tom Shar. Wow, dude, the first person to win 3 gold medals since Travis Pastrana 20 years ago. Okay, to even be in the same conversation as Travis Pastrana is special enough, let alone what this one means, being 3 golds in the same X Games. I mean, it's Tom Shar. Nobody's all that surprised. I feel like Tom is underappreciated because sometimes maybe he's not the favorite to win, but everybody knows he's one of the raddest dudes to be on a skateboard. And you already know I gotta shout out Brady Baker. Brady's a great dude as well. Again, got to hang out with him a little bit at Jackalope, and he had a almost perfect weekend as far as the dirt stuff goes. He got the big W yesterday, and I say yesterday, this is going up on Monday, so technically it was Saturday. Filming this on Sunday, so forgive me. BMX Dirt Finals, got the gold there. Absolutely 3 perfect runs. I don't think anything could have gone any better for him on Saturday. And then today, coming up 1 spot short in BMX Dirt Best Trick. But you know what? Like, dude, Brandon Lupos deserved it. I'll be honest. Brandon crushed it. Congratulations to him. And congratulations to everybody, man. It was truly a special weekend. The energy felt very high. Was kind of hesitant about New Orleans. I wasn't sure going to a new place. X Games hops around all over the place these days, so I wasn't sure, but it seemed like people were into it, and the athletes and everybody that was part of the X Games itself, the energy was high, and that's a very good sign heading into next year. Whatever changes are made with the league, I'm sure we won't really know until we get through the winter side of things, which again, I cannot wait for. But that is it. I'm gonna stop myself now, because if not, I'm gonna start just naming other things and talking about other things. I can't let myself do that. But if you would like to talk X Games with me, drop me a comment down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. As of now, these are the X Games videos that I've done are the only content on this channel, but that is going to change very soon. The entire purpose of this channel is to document my journey, my personal journey of getting back on a skateboard. It's a very long story. I'm going to sit down, film a video to kind of describe my story a little bit, tell you guys some info about me, so stay tuned for that. I promise it is on the way soon. I'm also going to be talking skateboarding, video parts, making clips. There's going to be tons of content on this channel coming up very soon, so please be patient as I work on that. I've got a bunch of other channels linked down below, as well as my Twitch channel where I live stream many times a week, and I'll be doing live streams here on this channel as I get back on the board. As I said, let me know your thoughts on this weekend. I would love to hear them. God bless you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.